Good afternoon, Miss Pearl Maloney. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm so happy to see you all come to visit me a minute.
Can you tell us when you were in Jack and Jill?
1960, I'm going to say 1966 until 1980. And I stayed after that, after my daughter graduated and my son. I stayed in because I was so in love with everybody who was there, and they loved me and I loved them.
What was your experience in Jack and Jill?
My experience was great because I have children at home, but I was able to spread myself out with so many other kids and families and their children, their families. Not only the children, our whole family was a part of Jack and Jill when I was taken in.
Do you have any favorite moments from being in Jack and Jill?
Yes, I have. When my son and daughter were brought in, I was very, very happy because I wanted them to be a part of that situation where you meet people, you love people, you learn there are other families other than your family. We enjoyed as a family. My husband went on trips with us, and we just had a joyous time being members of Jack and Jill. I have my son here now, who's grown, really grown, and he remembers all of the things that happened with him and Jack and Jill.
What advice, if any, would you give the current mothers of Jack and Jill?
I would give them advice as to how they should join in with each other, how they should learn to love and respect each other, because that's what we did with Jack and Jill. We had no preferences. We loved everybody, the whole family, moms, dads, our Jacks, our Jills, all loved each other to heaven and back.
Thank you, Mom Pearl.
Hi, I'm Dr. Victoria Thurston, and I'm here to answer some questions about Jack and Jill.
When were you in Jack and Jill?
I joined in 1987 or 1988.
How long were you in Jack and Jill?
Well, the first time we were active for about 6 years, and the second time we rejoined in 94 or 1995 until both girls graduated.
What is a favorite memory of your experience with Jack and Jill?
I would say the children's theater workshops at Vinette Carroll Theater in Fort Lauderdale. It was a wonderful experience for our children. As a mom, it was a little nerve-wracking because I was afraid my girls would embarrass me based on the first few workshops and rehearsals for the performance. But it was amazing how Tony Thompson, the director, and his crew brought out the talents of all of our children, put it all together, and produced a couple of great shows that was attended not only by J&J parents, but other theater goers. Another great memory was the annual luncheon at a nice restaurant with J&J families, including dads, where the children got dressed up. It was a good time to fellowship with each other.
What is the greatest impact of Jack and Jill?
I would say watching and witnessing the growth and maturation of not only my children, but all of the J&J children as they developed leadership, public speaking skills, and interacting with their peers, those in our chapter as well as at conferences. The relationships and connections that our children made with them and other chapters, many of the friendships have lasted through the years.
What advice would you give to current Jack and Jill mothers?
I would say to them to always remember that this experience is about the children.
Mary Rudd Robinson.
When were you in Greater Fort Lauderdale chapter of Jack and Jill?
I was initiated in 1993 and I was in the chapter for 15 years.
What is your favorite memory of Jack and Jill?
I think I have two. The camaraderie with the mothers, those are my favorite memories of all the different mothers throughout, and teen convention because I love teen convention.
What's the greatest impact that you believe Jack and Jill had on your life and your children's lives?
On my children's lives, they had many mothers. And since I was an only girl, I moved to Fort Lauderdale, didn't know that many people. Then Jack and Jill became my extended family to a great extent. And so the friends they met, the people they knew, the mothers they knew, it was like their aunts or their second mothers. And that was great for them.
What advice do you wish to give to current moms in the greater Fort Lauderdale chapter of Jack and Jill?
Just to, I think, to really be cognizant of the relationships you make, both with the mothers and the children. It is so important, I think, as it was when my kids were in there. A lot of places, they don't see a lot of kids that look like them in the things that they do. And Jack and Jill is a great place to understand your being.
When were you in Jack and Jill?
We joined Jack and Jill in 1998.
How long were you in Jack and Jill?
Our third child graduated out in 2015, giving me a grand total of 17 years in Jack and Jill.
What is your favorite memory of Jack and Jill?
I can't just pinpoint one memory. I have several favorites. One being the ski trip that our chapter did with the Treasure Coast chapter, and that ski trip took place in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Also, one year we did Family Day on the Intercoastal here in Fort Lauderdale, which was a yacht with, of course, the dads, the children, and the moms. And also, I enjoyed all of our children's clusters and teen conferences.
What is the greatest impact of Jack and Jill?
I'll start with the greatest impact as far as my children. Based on the tremendous amount of exposure to the different places, events, cultures, and just overall experiences, Jack and Jill, I believe, expanded the minds of our children. It led them to think beyond the status quo of society. Because of those experiences, my children exceeded the expectations, and from there set themselves to a higher standard, which I believe is contributory to their success today. And as for me, as a mom in Jack and Jill, I have everlasting friendships that are undeniable, and I treasure immensely.
What is your advice to current moms of Jack and Jill?
My advice to current moms in Jack and Jill would be for those moms to allow their children to learn from the events and the experiences. Because one thing about Jack and Jill moms, they think out of the box, and they have a vast knowledge of things that our children need in today's society. So just keep your kids engaged and make sure that they learn from the experiences that are brought before them.
I'm Linda Houston Jones, and I'm a past mom of Jack and Jill from 1993. Seems like a long time ago, but other times it seems like it was just yesterday. You are part of a wonderful family organization. The impact that Jack and Jill has made in the lives of so many families will go on for eternity. I'd like to say that my greatest memory of Jack and Jill was the love my children enjoyed by being a member of this organization. They were part of Girl Scouts, cheerleading, karate, dance. And out of all of the organizations that they participated in, their favorite was Jack and Jill. And so, as you work to create your family unity, to enjoy yourselves, remember the hard work that you put in, it has great benefits and it causes unity within your family. I'd like to share with you my son and my daughter, Jamila Jones and Emmerich Jones III, Jack and Jill cups. Also, I have pictures from our mother's group and members and pictures from our father's group. Enjoy.